Good evening to all of you. I have already made two videos on Vastu tips to improve your finance and to become millionaire, and also another video on Astro tips to improve your finance and make a billionaire. So based on those things, you can watch and then take precautions so that you can become a billionaire. Now, if you don't know the concepts of Vastu or astrology, then you can follow these general tips to improve your finance in your house or factory or organization. Now, what is my intention is, everyone needs finance or money in your bank so that you can take up some activity. If you don't have finance, then it is very difficult to start any organization or any other work. So when you don't have money, you have to approach banker or financier, and then you have to spend lots of rupees, that is more money towards interest itself. Instead of that, if you have any goal to know that you want to start your own organization, or you want to have any organization or a factory in future, start saving from the beginning. So one of the key concepts of saving is another earning. It is not my view, it is a general view told by many experts and intellectuals, that saving is another earning. If you want to have more money, need not work in the other organization during part-time or do some other work to earn money. If you have a control on your expenses, that is itself a second earning. Okay. So now I would like to bring forth some of the concepts of how to save money and what are the tips to improve your finance. Now I am Dr. N.V. Srinivasulu, Astro Vastu expert, having 3 decades of experience in astrology and Vastu. My contact number is 9848592815. If you want any advice regarding Vastu or astrology, you can contact me by taking appointment on this number. Now, so just now I told you, saving is another earning. So first of all, what are the things I am going to cover in this particular talk is how to save money, what are the measures to be taken by anyone, how to plan your investments, where to invest, how to judge the type of investment, whether it is good or bad. These are the things I am going to explain clearly with examples. Okay. Now, coming to the how to save money, let me go to the next slide. Now, how to find savings, and that is how to find expenditure. First of all, just now I told you, you should have a control on the expenses or expenditure made by the family members or yourself. For that, I am giving you a small tip which is going to clearly know what are the expenditures you have made during a month. From 1st of every month to 30th of every month, you write down what are the things you have purchased, or what are the things where you have gone, and what are the amounts you have spent for various items or purchasing or hotels or some other thing, for food items or anything, whatever you have brought to your house or spent outside. Make a list without forgetting on each day. Then from that you can find out which are necessary, which were spent, and also unnecessary spending by taking a different colored pen and mark it over. Then, being a owner of that particular house, in charge of the house, discuss with the family members that these are the things, or these are the things which are unnecessarily bought for the house, and this is the where we can save like this. For example, if you have gone to a hotel, okay, let's say in the weekends for 4 times, all Saturdays or Sundays, for having tiffin or breakfast, or you can say lunch or dinner outside for 4 days. Let's say you have spent around 3,000 rupees for 4 weekends. Then instead of going out, if you prepare yourself at home and enjoy food, then you can save around 3,000 rupees. But you can plan on a Sunday or a Saturday once in a month, go out and enjoy with the family, have outside food, and then come back. Instead of having a regular visit to outside hotels every weekend, you can restrict to one of the Saturday or Sunday in a month. That way you can save around 2,000, 2,500 rupees. The other way is, for example, you are going for entertainment to malls or cinemas, then you may be spending around 5,000 rupees or so. You can plan like that and then you can save some amount. So that way, these are only few examples which I have cited here. You can have a list of your own expenditure in that particular month, and you yourself is the better judge to know whether it is necessary or unnecessary spending. So that way you can save some amount. That is one of the thing, or one of the way to know the expenditure and to control expenditure or expenses. Okay, so that is the item. Now coming to the types of investments. Now you have some savings in your bank and you want to do something. Okay, do it. So, but invest your earnings in only one sector is not advisable. You have to diversify. For example, you have 1 lakh of rupees in your bank. You keep some 30% of amount in your bank savings account. Remaining amount you can have in a fixed deposit, or you can purchase something which is useful for you in future by using some 30% or 25% from the amount whatever that is there in the bank, so that you can have some increase in the investments what you have made. That's the reason why don't go for just to keep the money. Keeping the money in the bank will give you only just 3 to 4% interest. Whereas if you search or if you invest in some other things, for example, converting this amount to fixed deposit in the same bank will fetch you more than 7 to 8% depending upon the tenure. Even it may go up to 10% per annum. So overall, you are investing, let's say, in something for purchasing a plot, or some percentage you are converting EMI to something else. Like this, there will be overall net rise in your value of investment, value of money. So if you do only one thing or one investment in only one direction or one way, you are going to lose amount. What I mean to say is, for example, you have an idea about shares. You are investing your savings directly into one or two companies in the shares. If the total share market falls because of some reason or other, then what happens? The total value of investment may come down or may become zero. Then what is the use? So that's why you are supposed to allocate your resources into variety of funds. Okay, that is one. Then coming to the next. This is one of the important thing a working personnel should know. If your net salary or gross salary, you take any one of this and see that 25 to 30% of your income should be saved per month for future necessities of your family members or of yourself, like children education, your children's marriage plans, house construction in future, or house purchase, vehicles, luxuries, retirement benefits. Like this, you have to plan. For that, you need money. So for that, minimum of 25 to 30% you have to save from your earnings per month. Then only you can have good amount saved by you. Now, types of investments. Now see, if you are an employee working in an organization, then you may be contributing some amount in EPF. Then the same amount will be contributed by the management. So therefore, you will be unknowingly, you will be increasing your balance in the organization EPF. So whenever urgent need arises, you can also partially withdraw the amount from EPF. There is also one more provision for EPF holders is that you can have additional share of investment from your side in EPF. Because why I'm talking this particular thing is, if you save in a bank saving account, you are going to get only 3 to 4%. Whereas if you transfer the same amount regularly into EPF account, you are going to get more than 8% per annum. And also cumulative of every quarter. That is also an added advantage in this sector. For example, you are a businessman and you don't have EPF account, then what you do? You can open a public provident fund account in any bank or even post office in nearby, so that whenever you feel like you have some amount, you can go and deposit in the account. So that way you can inculcate the habit of saving in PPF or EPF. Whenever there is a need for you, you can withdraw some percentage of amount from this. Usually employers will be saving in these accounts, and you check the balance at the end of 20 years of their service or 30 years of service, they'll feel happy that they'll be getting around 5 to 6 lakhs or up to 10 lakhs also, depending upon their extra share in the PPF or EPF. So that way you can also do a saving. Postal life insurance. We have LIC and some other companies organizing this insurance policies. All insurance companies comes under IRDA. There is no need to worry about it. It is safe and secure. Even Government of India has introduced postal life insurance for government employees and also for the private employees. Now they have come and they are also accepting this postal life insurance for specific organizations other than government organizations. That's also good, and you can start sharing your earnings in form of 1,000 or 2,000 per month in your name or in your children's name, so that it will be saved in your income. RD, that is recurring deposit. Wherever your salary is deposited or your operating account, go to the manager, ask for a recurring deposit. You can select from 100 rupees to anything else, multiples of hundreds. Every month, you give a standard instruction, standing instruction to the account. Now, automatically, the amount will be debited from your account and will be credited to RD. That way, if you have 5 years or 10 years RD, for example, if you are taking 100 rupees per month, say it comes to 1200 rupees per year. 10 years means 12,000. So don't say that I'm going to get 12,000 only. You will be getting interest on the accumulated amount every year. So that way you will be getting more amount. I'm just giving an example for 100 rupees. If it is 1,000 rupees, you are going to get 1,20,000 like this. And again interest. So it can come to up to 2 lakh rupees. There is another RD, recurring deposit scheme nowadays, that is Flexi RD. Whatever I discuss is fixed amount. Whereas in the case of Flexi RD, there is no hard and fast rule to deposit amount. Whenever you feel like that you have extra earnings or extra saving amount in the savings bank, you transfer it into the Flexi RD. There is no limit. Every month you can have any number of times you can deposit, and then you can create a fund for your or for your family. That's another way of doing the savings. Insurance. There are insurance companies, I just now told you, you can have whole life family, money back policies, and so many policies. Even you can have retirement plans like this. So try to make some insurance for all the family members, which will help for you and also after death also. It gives benefit after death for the dependents. This is also good. So I sincerely advise the youngsters nowadays who are getting into the organization, joining the organization at the age of 21, 22 like this. They have bright future for 40 years of service. They can start these insurance plans with a minimum premium. In insurance, as the age grows, the premium also grows proportionately. So that's the reason why if you alert at the age of 40 or 45, your premium for the same sum assured will be more. Whereas the same person who reacts at this juncture of 25 or 26 will have minimum premium. The premium is fixed for all the years. So it is better to start taking insurance policies at the age of when you join the service. Medical insurance, that is most essential for all the people nowadays. You'll be given a card after going for medical insurance. When you are admitted into the hospital, just check the card and then give it. So you need not pay any amount to the hospital. They will discharge you without asking anything. Mostly 100% reimbursement will be there by having this medical insurance card. Mutual funds. These are the funds you are supposed to invest at your own risk. There is a high risk, low risk, and medium risk also, that depending upon the type of investments in mutual funds. There is a special thing for an employees who wants to start SIPs. Just like RD, here SIP. In the case of RD, you will have fixed rate of interest for the tenure you are going to start RD. Whereas in SIP, systematic investment planning. In this, when you select a company and start investing 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees per month, every year based on NAV, net asset value of that particular company, you will be given equal number of units for that amount. It varies depending upon the NAV. If the NAV goes on increases, your fund value also increases. Meanwhile, the company in between may announce some dividends. You will also get dividend for that mutual funds or units that are allotted. So for example, a company has announced 1 rupee dividend for each unit. If you have 500, then you may get it something. So depending upon the announcement, every year you will be getting some dividend for your investment. So if the NAV falls because of some reason or other, even the net number of units also falls. That is decreases. There is a risk, I told you. You are supposed to invest money in the mutual funds at your own risk. That is the statement that is mentioned in the mutual funds application. Shares, that's again high risk zone. If you have perfect knowledge and if you have perfect guidance from anyone, then only try to enter, because that is a big mess that cannot be tolerated by ordinary people. So it's up to you, because if you have some basic knowledge of the company, then you can enter. Very secure way of investment is government bonds. State or central government issues bonds every year or whenever they require funds from the public. They go for bonds. That will be fixed value. If you invest so much, you are going to get this much amount at the end of 3 years or 5 years or 10 years, depending upon the type of bond. So you will be getting, there is no decrease in the value. Always you will get a constant value. If you don't want to have risk, then this is the correct place to invest government bonds. Now, so another way of getting the multiplication of your savings. Here you will have chits. In the chits are organized privately by few known people and also limited companies. For example, you want to save 5 lakh rupees at the end of 5 years in order to meet some expenditure that is going to be for education of your child. This is best possible way of saving, because you are going to save 10,000 rupees into 50 months long term. So that will give you 5 lakhs. Instead of, you are not going to pay 10,000 rupees in the beginning. You will be paying only around 7,500 or so. Slowly, or it will gradually increases from 7,500 to maximum limit is 10,000 rupees. So that way you are going to get some dividend every month and you are going to save your money. Whenever you want to have your money for the sake of some reason or other, you can go and participate in the auction and then take the chit. So that is the best way of going for a chit. But don't approach persons operating chits. It is better to rely on some standard chit fund companies like Margadarshi, Shriram, Kapil, or something else. Okay, I'm not a ambassador for all these things. Just I'm quoting with my experience. Now, another way is everyone who wants to live in the place where you are working, you need to have a house. You cannot stay in a rented house forever. So you have to plan for a house or a flat or villa depending upon your financial abilities. That is your strength. How much money I can invest per month if I go for a flat? How much money I can pay as EMI towards this independent house or villa? Based on that, you plan for a house so that you can have your own house and you can enjoy. One way is by spending just rent and staying in a rented flat. You are going to, you have to vacate that particular place because of your mistake, or owners may ask you to vacate at any moment of time. You don't have security. That's the reason why it is better go for a small or big according to your choice and take your own and plan it. Take 20 years term or 15 years, the EMI will be reduced. Then you try to purchase and occupy so that you need not pay regular rent. Instead of that, rent plus some amount more will make you to enjoy your own house. Now, for example, you have taken a flat and you are living in your own and you have repaid all the future installments. Then you want to invest. You can have another flat or independent house or open plot. Then you will get it. If it is an independent house or a flat you have taken, then you will be getting regularly rental income from there. And then you add something and then pay for towards EMI so that you will have an additional house or flat in your name. You can also purchase gold or silver whenever you feel like, online or physically. So it's up to you whether you want to go for online, then you'll be getting number of units. You can sell it off and get the money. Or else offline means directly going to the jewelry shop and buying as per your requirements. There are pros and cons regarding this. I don't want to comment on this purchase. Okay. Now, there are some insurance plans for education of children. Money back policies. Every 5 years you'll be getting some amount, 20%, 20% like this. Every year you'll be getting 20% so that you can meet the requirements. That's one way. Investments related to marriage, insurance plans also is advisable. Retirement benefits. Everyone who is not a government employee, who are working in the private sector, need to have some pension after retirement. Then only they can lead the happy and prosperous, peaceful life. For that, you have to plan from the beginning. Say after joining your service of 5 years, after 5 years, start doing investing. My intention is at the time of retirement from your service, you need to have at least 1 crore on the day of retirement. Then you can have peaceful environment, peaceful and happy life after your retirement. The cost of living is going like anything. Even this 1 crore rupee after 5 years, it may not be sufficient. So like that, you have to plan and then regularly go for saving. Purchase. Whenever you want to purchase something, you have to discuss with the friends, colleagues, and then go for it. SIP, just now I told you, systematic investment planning. Open plots. Sometimes some of the companies are going to offer open plots on EMI basis. You have to pay for 5 years like this or something monthly. Then you better invest. The land value increases by the time you complete your EMIs. That way also your investment will be fruitful. Try to avoid using credit cards or debit cards at the time of purchase. Now the digitalization has come, okay, but you should have a count that how much you are paying for towards this expenditure or towards that. Simply just give the card and scratch it and come back. You should have an idea how much you are spending for that particular activity. You should have a clear picture. So there is a story in the olden days. A person has only one son. He has earned lakhs, crores of rupees in the business. So the only son, that's the reason why he used to take 20,000-30,000 daily and then used to enjoy the life with the friends, and wherever he goes, he used to enjoy like anything. He cannot say to his son anything else. He cannot stop because he is the only son. Then when he was about to die, he called his son and said, "Yes, my son, I have given you lots of properties, lot of cash, everything to you. My sincere suggestion to you is, whenever you go for spending or giving or helping to others or simply giving to your close friends, count money 2 or 3 times before you throw away into water or river." So he has to count it before. So what happened? The father died. Then somebody asked 1 lakh rupees just like that by a close friend. Then he has taken 1 lakh rupees and he is about to give it to his friend. Then he remembered the last words of his father. Count the money before you hand over or throw away into the river. Just he was counting. Has taken almost 10 minutes to count all the different denominations. Then he could realize, yes, how much time my father might have spent to earn this 1 lakh rupees. He has realized, then asked his friend, when are you going to return this amount? So what is the guarantee that you are going to return? Like this, he himself asked the several number of questions and then gave. That day onwards, the realization has come and he stopped spending lavishly, and then he could organize the things properly. So a sentence or a last statement by his father has made him to realize how much effort his father has put up to earn the money. Avoid going to supermarkets, Metro or ID, DMart or for daily needs. Because what is the reason is I am not opposing supermarkets or DMart or any other shopping mall. Only thing is, if you go there, whether you want or not, you will be just dumping into the trolley, and then you'll come and then you'll pay the amount by debit or credit card and come back. So that after coming to the house, you will realize what is the necessity of this or that or this. You'll be wasting. So that's the reason why if you want to buy anything, you make a list of the things, what you want, how much you want, then buy it. So it is better. So that's the reason why I suggest not to go for this. Do not buy things just like that. See, I want to have a washing machine. Whether I want to go for top load or anything, any other varieties. So what are the things? What should I know? So you just make a survey, literature survey on this particular thing. So what are the companies? Why they are quoting less price? This fellow is quoting higher price. You ask your friends or relatives, which company do you have? Do you have any problems? Are the service centers are there in your city or town? Like this, then go for genuine investments, and then genuine machines will be taken by you. So that will remove your headaches whenever it is got repaired. Now, for example, you have taken a house or a flat and you are staying in your own and enjoying. Every year, municipal authorities will ask you to pay tax, which is a nominal amount, no doubt. But if you pay within the before the scheduled date, then government municipal authorities will give a rebate of something, let's say 5% on your 5,000 rupees. It comes to 250 rupees. It's not a small amount. So that way, if you can pay early, you can get some benefit. That's also good. Even chit payments in a limited company, if you pay the installment before 10th of every month, you will get some 0.5% rebate. That's also you can enjoy because you are an employee, always used to pay the chits on time, but you should get some benefit that way. Okay, so whenever you do something, do survey, bargain the things, and then purchase. Or else, if you are not a good bargainer, go to a fixed shop. Whatever the item you want to buy, you buy there, then you'll be happy. Even you are supposed to inculcate the habit of saving among your children. Then they will come to know what is the importance of money. Now, another simple tip I want to say so that you can save money. What is that? See this? Always carry your own lunch pack to office by default. That way you can improve your health and also you can save money. First of all, the priority is health. You will have your own food prepared by your family members and they know the taste of it and they'll use particular oils and you'll be happy. Whereas if you eat outside regularly, you'll have different types of tastes and also different oils are used. Therefore, you'll be losing your health and you have your own health problems in future. You will be saving your health and also saving money by carrying lunch pack of your own every day. This is a simple tip from my side. So whenever you want to buy, just ask your own close friends and then ask what is it, what is the purpose, how does it work, what is the criteria, is it necessary, like this some questions and then go for it. Now another important advice is whenever there is a sometimes you may be needing money on urgency basis sometimes. So therefore you need to have 3 times of your monthly salary in your bank account